Hey everyone, welcome to World of Warships. I finally managed to get into closed beta. I actually went into Humble Bundle. They had a special on because of E3 of the day, where for if you made a small donation of say $1, you got a few other games as well as a key for World of Warships here and some extra stuff, which seems to have included 7 days of premium, 1,000 gold, and possibly a bunch of credits. Oh, and the Mermansk here. So I have a whole probably 20 battles under my belt. Let's see. Does it say? Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Battles participated 7. Oh, even better. So as you might imagine, I'm so pro at this game that no, I suck. Last game, or was it 2 games ago, I drove into an island again. That's not the first time I've done that. I had a game already that I drove into 2 allies and then crashed into the same island twice within about 5 minutes. So yeah, I'm a great player though, but no. World of Warships, so far it's been a pretty good game. I don't think it's going to be as successful as World of Tanks, to be honest, but I mean, if it does half as good as World of Tanks, then it's going to be a successful game, because World of Tanks has just been super successful for wargaming. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have, I think, 2 battles with each ship. And I'm going to make a separate video for each one. I'm leaving for a whole week up to Nova Scotia. That's a 16-hour drive from here. With a few friends and the wife and such next week. So I want to leave you guys with some kind of content, which reminds me I need to finish recording Besiege so I can release that. But anyway, so I'm going to do 2 battles in each ship. It's going to call it the tank. If I call it a tank, you know what I mean. And we'll see how that goes. So in World of Warships, let me give you a little bit of an overview from what I know so far, for those of you who haven't played World of Warships yourselves. So we have the port, equivalent of the garage, obviously, all our different ships. You can hover over them and see all the details of said ships. Let's look at the tech tree. So we have 4 nations at this point, but really only 2. USA here. Now, really the only tank, there we go again with tanks. The only ships that I know of that sound familiar to me are pretty much a couple of the aircraft carriers. I'm not super knowledgeable about ships, but then again I didn't know anything about tanks until World of Tanks came along, and I know that's not exactly a good historical reference, but at least I can recognize a lot of them if I actually saw them. Then we have the Japanese tree here, and again, don't really recognize many there. But we have different classes. You have your destroyers, your cruisers, your battleships, and your aircraft carriers. Fair enough. I kind of want to get down to the battleship line. I'm going to do that in the US, which is why I'm working on the Erie right now. Actually, I just got to the Chester. I haven't even played it. South Carolina? Or the Chester? Anyway, I just got to, I think it's the Chester, and I haven't even played it yet, so it's still stock. I would like to upgrade it before I show you guys exactly what it's all about, just because. But yeah, aircraft carriers seem interesting. You can launch planes from them and such. Battleships seem to have a lot of armor, aren't very maneuverable, and have a really nasty gun, although a slow rate of fire, it looks like. From what I've heard, I could be wrong. Cruisers seem like a pretty typical ship. I would classify it as like the medium tank of ships, and possibly destroyers as the light tank. But oh, did I mention the Mermansk as with the bonus code I got? Anyways, so what there is in World of Warships here is there's 2 battle types. One, the co-op battles, where a team of players fights against a team of bots, and random battles where it's just players versus players. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 1 battle in co-op first off, and then 1 battle in the random battles. So 1 against AI, and then 1 against players. So I guess we'll just jump into the Erie to start out with here today, and we'll see how it goes. So into the AI battle. This one I do have fully upgraded. I'm not sure how the upgrades change as you get up to higher tiers, because right now I think there was just the hull and the guns I had to upgrade on this. So you can tell they're AI by the colons in front and after the name. I find it interesting that it leaves you on this screen unless you hit start battle. It's like the loading screen, and it leaves you there until you hit start. It's almost like a War Thunder thing to me. But as you can see, there's our ship. Here is the Erie. Not too bad. It would be nice if they added weather and stuff to the game. But I can see my propeller.
General quarters.
But for now, they're still working out a few other kinks, so maybe eventually they'll add it. We shall see. As you can see on the lower bottom corner, you can see where our guns are mounted, and if we fire straight ahead or straight behind us, then the guns on the front of our ship can fire if we fire straight forward, but the ones on the back cannot, because the rest of the ship's in the way. Preferably in this ship, as well as most, if not all, you'll want to try to fire to your sides as much as possible. And try to drive into the islands. I find that the minimap is good for that. Just you can adjust it with plus and minus, just like in World of Tanks. And I like it about yay big, because then I drive into less islands. I will not promise that I won't drive into any in the next few videos, but I almost certainly will. Or other ships. Just like in World of Tanks, you can use shift to toggle the zoom in and out, so out, in, oh, and sticky keys. Dang it. Ah, sticky keys. I really need to disable that. I have that bugging me all the time. But I've yet to actually disable it. I used to have it disabled, but then I reinstalled Windows to put it on my SSD, and that was a whole thing. Alright, this guy is within range. I think it's about 10 kilometers I can fire. We have to lead our targets. Doesn't automatically... It's not as easy to hit stuff as in World of Tanks, and we damaged, I think that was one of the guns. It's fun to get alongside and start broadsiding stuff, but I mean, or drive into your allies. But sorry. Yeah, see how pro I am. Yeah. I forget what I was saying. I got completely distracted by the fact that I'm crashing into my teammates. Let's not crash into that one now. I need to pay attention to the map. Pay attention to the map. Wait for the rest of my guns to get around. As you can see, the other two icons approaching. There we go. We have armor-piercing and high explosive rounds, but for the most part I've been using high explosive. There is certain times where you want to use it. I'm finding that with... Yay, got a kill. With
an enemy cruiser.
It looks like the fight's over this direction. When you fire armor piercing, it's best to fire at the superstructure of the ship, like the top half, rather than the hull. The hull has armor, and shells can bounce in this, just like they do in World of Tanks. So you could potentially use your armor effectively if you wanted to angle somehow, but that's a little bit more difficult to do than in World of Tanks. Can I hit stuff? I can. This is the forward battery, but that's fine. Are these two ships running into each other? They're pulling on me. It looks like they're shooting at me too, which is fine.
Our team is taking the lead.
Alright, let's turn ourselves a little bit. There's an island over there, take note of that. See, when they're close together like this, you can almost hit both at the same time. Oh, there's another one down. Nice.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
So you'll find that when I fight players after this, that if you make a stupid mistake like this, if there was 3 ships in front of me that far away, I would be dead. Players are a little bit less forgiving. In fact, with AI, I'm just going to come to a stop because it's AI. No, he's gone. Let's get moving again. Of course, acceleration takes a while. I'm just going to fire from third person so you can see the guns actually fire, because it's kind of neat. This guy's going to go behind the island. Let's just cut right through the center towards him. I don't know if those will hit him in time. And there is a spotting system, just kind of like in World of Tanks. Typically, if you fire off the beginning of a battle, especially in player matches, you could potentially be spotted earlier. and therefore be the first one in your team to have several ships shooting at you. And players are not as forgiving as AI. AI are good, it looks like, for initially playing and stuff like that, because I think I've had every game with AI. I think the players have won. Unsurprisingly. I'm not sure if there's an experience difference or a credit difference that you get from winning in the battles or not. But yeah, I suck a little bit less in AI battles, so at least for now I'm going to stick with a few of those.
Our team has taken the lead.
Still sampling player battles, of course. Need to watch out for this island I'm getting kind of close to. The one you can kind of see in my view there. Almost got my rear guns towards this guy. I'm clear of the island that's beside me, so we're okay to rotate a little bit. Alright, here we go. Oh man, a lot of them missed. That's kind of a bummer. Let's see if we can finish them off. Wow, stop flying. Stop missing. Nope, we lost our chance. Getting shot. Oh, there's another guy. Hey, I am very observant. Damage one of his batteries. And looks like this guy has possibly ran ashore. The other guy's gonna get the kill, looks like. Yep. See, my ship's a little bit banged up. I'm not super impressed with the damage model, though. It seems like there's just the ship's cut into quarters. So the front quarter and two middle quarters kind of thing, as well as the back quarter, because I missed that one. And then it just kind of switches how damaged and burnt up and black it looks. Which seems like kind of a cheap way to do it, but I don't know. The game's still in development, so maybe they'll change that. Need to make sure I don't run into the island in front of me. You hear the sound of my ship taking damage. I might not survive this. Actually, yeah, I will. I'm on fire, though. Use your repair kit. Repair kit works a little bit different than in World of Tanks.
Cruiser sunk.
Repair kit's more of a, you can use it once every couple minutes or so. Let's see how we did team score-wise. It seems to be a common thing for me to finish near the top. In AI battles, at least. Player battles, that's a whole nother story. Let's see here. So, there's our information on the battle. Credits and experience. We made 580 experience and 32,000 some odd credits. Alright, so we can choose to just battle on from that last screen, but I don't want another AI battle. Let's go to the player battles now and get our butt kicked. So, just to give you a look here. So, these two, the hull and the gunner, would I had to upgrade at some point. And the Chester is what I have researched, which is this thing. We'll have to play that probably next. Eventually the tier 5 as well there, because we can. And South Carolina is what I'm working towards, and I need 2,600 experience for that. And I do have enough free experience that I could buy it, but I'd like to hang on to free experience for a while, at least until we get up to the higher tiers a little bit. But I think it just gave me 3,000 when I got my first tier 2 ship or something like that. Let's see, Erie and random battle. Queue times seem to be alright. Every once in a while I get stuck in one for like a minute, and there's bugs where it won't let you hit the battle button. But there's a few bugs and such in the game, but it's still in closed beta, so that's okay, I guess. Let's hope it doesn't put us in the queue for a long time now. So what's this? There's 16 players of near my tier. And there's 48 in queue, but there's only 12 destroyers, or 15 cruisers and 6 destroyers-ish. That doesn't equal 50. Or oh, that equals 21, though. I see. I think it does. Yeah, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay, that makes sense then. That also explains why there's no aircraft carriers and battleships in queue, like, ever. But it's kind of saddening how you see all this beautiful artwork they have in the background of games. When you get to the login screen, you can see, and I think it's part of the, possibly part of some cinematic trailer they've had shown when you log in, but it's the actual game doesn't look nearly as good as that, obviously, because it's a cinematic trailer of sorts. The aircraft movement, from what I've seen at Tier 5, isn't very great. It looks like it's definitely pre-scripted. Every once in a while you'll see a little formation of bombers heading your way in the sky, and you're like, ah, crap. There'll be an aircraft carrier on the enemy team sitting off way in some corner somewhere trying to stay hidden, launching planes at people. I'm not exactly sure how that works. I'll define it eventually. So I'm not sure if you target certain people or certain areas and then they kind of do their own thing, or once you lose aircraft, they regenerate themselves, or if they're just gone. But I don't even know if aircraft carriers have any anti-ship weapons, do they? If they do, probably not many. Yeah, if at all. When I think of an aircraft carrier, I don't think of something that's ready to fight another ship. I think of something that's ready to defend against air attacks, but typically they have a fleet around them. Destroyers and such, cruisers. Here we go, 2.5 minutes in. Okay. I'm not sure the tactics tab does. Look like it doesn't do anything yet. But mission: destroy all enemy ships or capture their base. Just like in World of Tanks, and your standard battles. Battles? There's a D in battles. Didn't you know that? But definitely was going to capture as many of my hours as World of Tanks does. I don't think I'm ever going to make it up to 12,000 battles, or however many battles I'm in World of Tanks now, here in World of Warships. But we'll see. Probably be a game that I mostly play with some friends. Actually, I probably won't even get around to recording a video for all the ships that I have, just because of time constraints. It's taking longer than I expected. But there will be more. There will be more. Just like in World of Tanks, you can hold down right-click and move your camera around without your guns reorienting themselves. So you can be like, oh, I was wanted aiming in that direction because I'm going to point that side of my ship towards the enemy soon or whatever. And then look around and see what's around you. Make sure you're not going to crash into any islands. And then just release right-click and your guns are still pointed in that general direction. Alright, this is actual players now, so I had to make sure I don't mess up, because doing so will get me killed. Let's actually move my guns to the other side. There's torpedoes at higher tiers as well. Maybe I'll play the tier 5 next, just to show you guys exactly what that is, what it's like. The tier 5 has a couple torpedoes on it. You can change the spread of torpedoes. You have to lead your target, of course. We can change it to a smaller, skinnier spread, so you can hit a closer target, or you can change it to a wider spread to hopefully get some shots in if they're a little bit farther away. Have at least one of those torpedoes hit. And they can do a serious amount of damage, those torpedoes, if they actually hit you. And there is an alarm that goes off when they start to get close to you, but by that point it's already probably too late. Let's not crash into this guy's ship. Crashing into one ally today is enough. I don't see any enemies within range. See the circle on the minimap as for the range that I can fire over. So I can't hit that guy quite. There's another guy over there that it's going to be in range soon, but he's behind the island now. And unless I feel like murdering the island, then nope. This is an all tier 1 battle. It's not common for it to be like tier 1, tier 1, tier 1, tier 1, and then a tier 3 randomly thrown in there. But when Matchmaker has less players to play around with, less ships to throw into Matchmaker, then it tends to make the battles a little bit more unforgiving. It starts to favor wait times, shorter wait times over balance a little bit. Let's see if I can hit this guy. As soon as I fire, a couple more ships appear, of course. I need to lead my target a little bit more. Uh oh, here comes the, incoming! Right, not gonna run into any islands, that's okay. At least I can hit this guy. One of those should hit. Oh yeah, a few of them hit. 700 damage. Leave the target, that looks about right for lead. Oh yeah, not too bad. I got what direction he was traveling mixed up. Looks like I'm still good for not crashing into land and other ships. He's not moving too fast. He's making himself a pretty easy target. I'm not against that. That's fine. Oh, this guy's turning. Alright, let's turn in here a little bit. These guys are all in trouble, actually. Let's not get out in the open, because I'm going to be the only target for them to shoot soon. That's going to hit the island. Show that island who's boss. Alright, let's start turning around here. Without crashing into the sky. Guess we could point our guns to the left now, because that's where we're going to need it. Yes, I'm using left and right, not the nautical terms. Why? Because I don't know. I don't know them. Are these guys going to collide with each other? Or is that guy there slowing down? If I cross over here, I'm going to get annihilated, I bet. Going to respot all those enemies over there, and I'm going to have 4 ships firing at me and die. Let's find out. That's smart. I'm going to die if I do this. Let's do it anyway. You can see on the mini-map where ships have been sunk. The gray icons. There's one, which means I'm probably spotted by everybody. Here comes shells from everybody else, yep. Here we go. Here comes our death. And use our repair. Oh yeah, we're taking a nasty beating here. There goes our steering. We're taking on fire or on... We're taking on water? Oh, we're on fire, I see. Yeah, we're about to die, and... Here it comes. There's our death right there. See, if I did that with AI, then maybe one of them would have shot at me a little bit, and I would have taken like a quarter of my health or something. But do that with players, and nobody is oblivious. They will destroy you. Still do horrible. I mean, I did better than most of the other guys that are dead, I bet. But I don't like how changing the camera between different people is at this point. You can't just choose it from a list as far as I can tell. This guy's about to go down. But the battleships look very intriguing to me. That's why I kind of want one, because it reminds me of the derp guns of World of Tanks. It looks like a lot of them can fire once like every 30 seconds or something with their main battery, but when that hits, it does like half of a ship's health instantly. How's our team doing now? It's not looking too good. It's 3 versus 6. Oh yeah, you can focus on, you can go look at the spot where you died. This guy's getting shot at. You can dodge enemy or incoming fire a little bit, but good luck maneuvering a ship in time. Especially if it's something big like a battleship, a destroyer or a cruiser, you have a chance. But as you can see, he's turning, and it's not really helping him too much. You can see he's turning his rear battery around, but I don't know. He might be able to win the battle with the duel with this other ship. And now he's pointing himself towards him. He dodged that, but he's not going to be able to hit him with half of his guns if he's pointed like this. Oh, now he's getting shot from over top of the land there. There's that guy. So no, he's about doomed now. He stood a chance in a 1 versus 1, but not a 1 versus 3 now. There was 2 of them over there. Then the last guy is that is camping, but he's actually duking it out over here. And we lose. Oh well. Made 600 experience there. 30 free experience is what that is. Destroyed by this guy. Driving a Katori. Yeah, especially the Japanese ships. I'm going to be horrible pronouncing all their names, just a heads up. So, just expect it. Yeah, second for, is that experience earned, I guess? Yeah. So I didn't do too bad. But that's going to be it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next time. I think we'll give the Murmansk thingy a go. Thingy. It's a thingy. See you next time.